Hello, kiddies. Welcome back to another anniversary film. November 12th of 1982 is this next film's anniversary. 35 years ago, the original Creepshow based off of comic books. And the thing is, just like Tales from the Crypt, kind of that same thing. You know, you have your story go on, you have your big twist at the end. So, with the Creepshow here, this film is exactly 2 hours long, and this film is about 5 short stories rolled into this big film here. And it's directed by George A. Romero, who actually did the Night of the Living Dead series. We move on to our very first story. Now, I don't want to go through every single one, so what I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to talk about my favorite one and my worst one. Now, I usually will always like the good news first, and I always like to start that way with what I liked first, what I didn't like second. This time I'm going to switch it around. So the one that I did not like of these short stories, I cannot remember the title of it, but it actually is the one that stars Stephen King. Now, Stephen King is, first off, he's a great writer. He's a sucky actor, I gotta say. So the whole thing with him is he's a farmer, he's a dumb farmer. A meteor ends up going onto his property. He goes over, ends up being an idiot by touching it for how hot it is. And then pretty much after that, really I gotta be honest, his story, pretty much the entire evening, just ends up getting hell on earth to a point in just one, who knows, 12-hour day or whatever it is. And the thing is, it's mostly him that's in this film, so it's pretty much him by himself. There's one other actor. They show him like kind of a, I don't know if it's flashback or a future kind of thing that happens or whatever, but this actor ends up playing a professor at a university, and then he's also plays a doctor. So you really don't see them working that much together. It's all about Stephen King's and this, and this. And I gotta actually be honest with you, that was probably the worst of them all, because you didn't have a good actor. You had someone who thinks they can act, who is not a good actor. Cameo is fine, like Stan Lee does for the Marvel movies, but something like Stephen King, do not ever be a main character again. I don't think he ever has. I think any other films he's probably been in of his own writing is more likely a cameo than anything else. So the one that I really, really liked, and I believe I remember this title, is They Are Crawling All Over Me, or something like that. And the whole thing, it's about this old guy who runs this business. He's actually at his apartment building. I think he's also a landlord too, or whatever exactly he is. And he has to fight cockroaches. And I gotta say, that was just creepy in its own way. I mean, the thing is that if he ever talks to another person, just like Stephen King, he's pretty much almost a one-man show. He talks to this black guy who is a maintenance guy, security or something like that. Again, not really explain who he is or anything. And he starts talking to some of his employees on the phone. One of his employees pretty much shot himself in the head, and his wife ends up calling and says about, I think you should die, and I don't like anything about you, and blah, blah, blah. But I gotta say, this old man made me laugh. Just sometimes he'll talk about, hey, by the way, why don't you just go out and get yourself fucked? Make sure you wear a rubber. Everybody's getting the herpes these days. And I thought that was kind of a funny line on there. But just him versus the cockroaches, how creepy they are. Like, you got big ones crawling all over little ones, or the other way around. And it was just, again, without giving any spoilers for this being, and even though being an older film, I don't want to give spoilers away here, but how creepy that this man had to fight cockroaches. And the reason why I like that so much is almost something you got to deal with in your everyday life. Maybe not every single day, but you know what? You get men and you get women, you get kids who have to, kill a cockroach or an ant or a bee or a wasp or, any kind of bug like that. And it's just like, that's what I like, that you had this guy trying to fight these bugs, but unfortunately in the end, does he win? Do the cockroaches win? You never know. But I will say, it still has one of the most freaky endings I've seen in a film. Now, the other ones that I did not mention, really cool, really fun, or they were just okay. But, I don't want to go through everything and make this a real long video if I can help it. So you know what? For this film being 35 years old, all I'm going to say is holy shit. Unbelievable. So, and of course, this film is actually about a year or two younger than me. So anyways, have you seen Creepshow? If you have, what exactly is your one favorite and your least favorite? Give me a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching another review here. This was another anniversary review. Creepshow 35 years ago, November 12th of 1982. And as always, stay awesome.